His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa sent a cable of congratulations to His Majesty King Mohammed VI of Morocco on the occasion of the Moroccan national team's victory in the FIFA U20 World Cup. His Majesty the King noted that this sporting achievement reflects the high competitive spirit and outstanding technical skills of Morocco's youth. His Majesty praised Moroccan's team's impressive performance throughout the tournament and the commitment and determination shown by the players, which earned them this world title. His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa issued Decree 62 of 2025 regarding the restructuring of the Board of Trustees of the Mohammed bin Mubarak Al Khalifa Academy for Diplomatic Studies, based on a proposal of the Minister of Foreign Affairs and following Cabinet approval. The board should be restructured under the chairmanship of the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and its members include the President of the Civil Service Bureau, the Director General of the Mohammed bin Mubarak Al Khalifa Academy for Diplomatic Studies, the Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs for Political Affairs, the Chief Executive Officer of the Labour Fund Tamkeen, the Chief Executive for Strategic Affairs at the Economic Development Board, the Assistant Under-Secretary for Financial Policies and Budget at the Ministry of Finance and National Economy. Membership of the board should be set for a term of 4 years, renewable. His Majesty the King also issued Decree 63 of 2025, appointing members of the dispute resolution panels of the Bahrain International Commercial Court (BICC), based on a proposal of the Prime Minister and the approval of the Cabinet. The decree appointed the following as its members of BICC: Joan Donoghue, Dr. Pinky Anand, Judge Rahman Al-Sayed Mohammed Al-Sayed Ahmed, Judge Khalid Hassan Ali Al-Jaji, Dr. Muhammad Salah Abdul Wahab, Aishal Abdullah Mohammed Mataiwaya, Chian Bayo, Philippe Pensol. The speech delivered by His Majesty the King during the opening of the 4th session of the 6th legislative term of the Shura and Representatives Councils emphasised the development of all vital sectors to achieve the independence required to preserve and develop a national wealth. Foremost among those is the sustainability of the natural and agricultural environment and the conservation of marine resources, specifically the trade in natural pearls. More in this report.
يهمنا أن تراعى توجهات العمل المستقبلية ما تتمتع به البحرين من متانة صناعية حديثة وبيئة خدمية عصرية لابد من استثمارها وتنويع مساراتها سواء على صعيد التقدم التكنولوجي ومن خلال التوظيف الأمثل لتقنيات الذكاء الاصطناعي الذي بدأ بالفعل، وخصوصاً في مجالات التعليم والصحة والتصنيع والتنمية الحضرية، أو عبر الاستثمار المركز في مجال الطاقة المتجددة، أو باستكشاف الفرص المتاحة في الفضاء الخارجي لتطوير كافة القطاعات الحيوية وصولاً إلى الاستقلالية المطلوبة لحفظ وتنمية ثرواتنا الوطنية، وفي مقدمتها استدامة البيئة الفطرية والزراعية والمحافظة على مواردنا البحرية، وعلى وجه التحديد تجارة اللؤلؤ الطبيعي التي جعلت اسم البحرين مرادفاً للؤلؤ الأصيل في كل مكان في العالم وفي كل سجل للتاريخ.
The speech delivered by His Majesty the King during the opening of the 4th session of the 6th legislative term of the Shura and Representatives Councils contained insightful royal perspectives and visions and His Majesty's steadfast approach to promote growth, development and prosperity. This has been reinforced by government efforts focused on marine environmental sustainability as a source of national wealth. Throughout its history, the Kingdom of Bahrain has been known for its pearl trade, to the extent that pearls have become the symbol of the Bahraini identity. In his speech, His Majesty called for the revival and development of the pearl trade to enhance the kingdom's position as a global centre for natural pearls. Due to the kingdom's maritime nature, the government has devoted its national efforts to establish a mechanism to regulate pearl fishing and encourage diving to ensure the sustainability of the environment suitable for the formation of natural pearls and protecting oyster beds to create a sustainable environment for oyster reproduction. To continue promoting Bahrain's history and cultural heritage in the pearl sector, the Danat Institute was established. The institute is dedicated to promote the kingdom's position as a leading center of expertise in pearls and gemstones and a gateway to global markets serving local and international customers. It has become one of the world's best institutes for pearl testing and verification services. Through the speech, His Majesty the King laid the foundations for achieving national economic stability, development and sustainability.
The Deputy Prime Minister, Sheikh Khalid bin Abdullah Al Khalifa, chaired the weekly Cabinet meeting at Gudaibiya Palace. The Cabinet extended its congratulations on the success of the Sharm el-Sheikh Summit for Peace, marking the agreement secured to end the war in the Gaza Strip. The summit, attended by His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa, was hosted by Egypt and was co-chaired by the President of Egypt, Abdel Fattah el-Sisi, and US President Donald Trump, with the participation of leaders from more than 20 countries. The Cabinet underscored that the agreement to end the war in the Gaza Strip marks a historic day for peace and regional security and stability. The ceasefire highlights the effects of regional and international parties to build a lasting peace, a critical step to ensuring the future regional security and stability. The Cabinet also reviewed a report submitted by the Minister of Foreign Affairs in this regard. The Cabinet welcomed Bahrain's hosting of the 3rd Asian Youth Games, commencing on October the 22nd, under the patronage of His Majesty the King. The Cabinet highlighted the support of the First Deputy Chairman of the Supreme Council for Youth and Sports, Chairman of the General Sports Authority and President of the Bahrain Olympic Committee, His Highness Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Khalifa, in ensuring the success of this major event. The Cabinet also commended the efforts of various ministries and government entities involved in the preparations. The Cabinet expressed its gratitude to the private sector for its positive contributions in response to the Royal Directives of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, instructing the Ministry of Labour to provide 3 job opportunities to every registered Bahraini job seeker before the end of 2025. The Cabinet also extended its appreciation to the Ministry of Labour for its dedicated efforts and swift implementation of these directives. Furthermore, the Cabinet commended the Bahrain Chamber of Commerce and Industry for its facilitation of job opportunities, actively supporting employment goals and the Kingdom's development. The Cabinet commended the community partnership and participation in supporting National Tree Week, reflecting the Kingdom's awareness and commitment to environmental preservation and sustainable development. The Cabinet reviewed a memorandum submitted by the Minister of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture in this regard. Marking United Nations Day, the Cabinet extended its congratulations to the United Nations and affirmed the importance of its principles and values. The Cabinet then approved the following memorandums. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs regarding a proposal decision to regulate the recharging of electric vehicles. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs concerning a unified model for draft agreements between the governments of Bahrain and the governments of other countries on the information on a joint committee for bilateral cooperation. A memorandum submitted by the Ministerial Committee for Legal and Legislative Affairs about a memorandum of understanding between the Ministry of Works and the Project Management Institute in the US. A memorandum submitted by the Minister of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture concerning the expropriation of several properties for public benefit to provide space for urban development. The Cabinet then reviewed the following memorandums. A memorandum submitted by the Minister of Municipalities Affairs and Agriculture in relation to the quarterly report on building permit statistics for the 3rd quarter of 2025. A memorandum submitted by the Minister of Municipality Affairs and Agriculture pertaining to the outcomes of the regional workshop on the joint plan of action for One Health. The Cabinet then noted the following ministerial reports. the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly, the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the Munich Leaders Meeting, the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the 29th Joint Council and Ministerial Meeting, the outcomes of the regular meeting of the Executive Committee of the Bahraini Saudi Coordination Council, the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the Saudi International Rail Exhibition and Conference, the outcomes of the official visit of the Minister of Works to Kuwait, the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the 6th Islamic Conference of Labour Ministers, the outcomes of Bahrain's participation in the 72nd session of the WHO Regional Committee for the Eastern Mediterranean. Representatives Council Speaker and Chairman of the Executive Committee of the Parliamentary Division, Ahmed Al-Musallam, delivered the Kingdom of Bahrain's speech before the 151st International Parliamentary Union Assembly held in Geneva, in the presence of Bahrain's Parliamentary Division delegation and a number of heads and representatives of Arab, Asian and international parliaments and parliamentary unions. Al-Musallam affirmed that Bahrain, under the leadership of His Majesty the King, with the follow-up of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, established a firm humanitarian approach that made relief work and humanitarian solidarity one of the pillars of its regional and international policy and an integral part of its efforts within the international community. He noted that this royal vision has been embodied in the efforts of the Royal Humanitarian Foundation, chaired by His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, pointing out that the Foundation established an advanced model of institutional humanitarian work. The Speaker explained that Bahrain continues its tireless efforts to achieve a just and comprehensive peace and establish a culture of coexistence and tolerance. The Minister of Transportation and Telecommunications, Dr. Sheikh Abdullah bin Ahmed Al Khalifa, participated in the Saudi International Rail Exhibition and Conference held in Riyadh from October the 19th to the 20th under the patronage of Saleh bin Nasser Al Jasser, Minister of Transport and Logistical Services of Saudi Arabia. The event brought together ministers, experts and decision makers in the transport and logistics sector from around the world. During the conference, the Minister took part in high-level ministerial dialogue at the opening ceremony, which discussed railway development strategies, aligning infrastructure projects with long-term economic visions, alongside ministers from the GCC and other Arab countries. He emphasised that the King Hamad Causeway project represents an essential component of the GCC's logistical integration, linking Bahrain's national network with Saudi Arabia's railway system. He noted that the King Hamad International Station will serve as a key hub for transport and logistics in Bahrain, boosting regional trade and generating major economic benefits. The Minister of Works, Engineer Ibrahim Al-Hawaj, met with Dr. Minister of Public Works of Kuwait, Noura Al-Mashan. The meeting highlighted the ties between Bahrain and Kuwait and emphasised both countries' commitment to continuing to strengthen cooperation across various domains, particularly in the infrastructure sector. They also discussed opportunities for technical cooperation and exchange of expertise between engineering professionals in both countries, contributing to joint efforts to enhance the quality of government services and infrastructure development projects. Al-Hawaj was briefed on key developmental projects related to road network and sewage services. Opportunities for enhancing joint cooperation between the two countries in these sectors were discussed. The Information and E-Government Authority, the IGA, marked World Statistics Day, celebrated every 5 years on October the 20th and held this year under the theme Quality Statistics and Data for Everyone. IGA Chief Executive Mohammed Al-Khaid commended Bahrain's leadership for their support of the statistical sector, emphasising that it reflects the deep belief in the power of accurate data to shape effective policies, enable informed decision-making and drive sustainable development. Al-Khaid congratulated professionals in the statistical and data community on their ongoing efforts to provide accurate, reliable information that supports decision makers and the public. He praised the government's commitment to this vital sector, noting its key role in shaping policies, guiding decisions and strengthening national capacities to ensure data quality and credibility. He noted that the IGA continues to enhance national statistical systems using advanced technologies and methodologies to provide high-quality data for decision makers and citizens. Bahrain participated in the Bureau meeting of the Asian Parliamentary Assembly, held on the sidelines of the 151st IPU Assembly, with the participation of the presidents and representatives of Asian member parliaments. The chairman of the Financial and Economic Affairs Committee and vice president of the Asian Parliamentary Assembly, Ahmed Al-Masoul, stressed the importance of strengthening a joint Asian parliamentary action and developing coordination and consultation mechanisms among member parliaments to address common challenges and promote security, stability and sustainable development in the Asian continent. He pointed out that Bahrain's hosting of the 16th session of the Assembly embodies its role in supporting Asian parliamentary cooperation and consolidating the values of dialogue, understanding and cooperation among countries and peoples. Under the patronage of His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, Bahrain Polytechnic held a graduation ceremony of the 11th cohort of Bahrain Polytechnic students. The CEO of Bahrain Polytechnic, Professor Kieran O'Keown, presented certificates to the 430 graduates from the second batch of Engineering and Business Administration. That brings the total number of graduates from the first and second batches of the 11th cohort to 1,150. This ceremony affirms Bahrain Polytechnic's full commitment and belief in investing in human capital as a renewable resource for nations. This is reflected by the distinguished careers of its graduates who contribute their capabilities and competencies to driving development and progress in Bahrain. Bahrain Polytechnic also devotes its utmost efforts to preparing and developing the capabilities and potential of its students and linking them to the needs of the labour market. The Bahraini passport has advanced a new milestone, ranking 5th in the Arab world and 59th globally, according to the Henley Passport Index 2025. Thanks to its remarkable progress, it reflects Bahrain's advanced status regionally and internationally, facilitating the movement of citizens and enhancing their opportunities for travel, work and investment around the world. More in this report.
The Bahraini passport has achieved remarkable progress in international rankings, reaching 5th place in the Arab world and 59th globally, according to the Henley Passport Index 2025. This achievement is the result of the diplomatic efforts made by Bahrain over the past years, through strengthening its foreign relations and signing a number of visa exemption agreements which have contributed to facilitating the entry of Bahraini citizens to a greater number of countries without the need for a prior visa. This progress represents a tangible expansion in the freedom of movement for Bahraini citizens, opening up new horizons for them in the fields of education, work and investment. It also reflects Bahrain's image as an open regional center enjoying growing international confidence. This progress is also due to the efforts of the Ministry of Interior, which responded with precision and high level of preparedness, reflecting continued commitment to enhancing Bahrain's standing among countries around the world.
In preparation for the upcoming opening ceremony, the Kingdom of Bahrain continues its efforts to ensure the success of hosting the 3rd Asian Youth Games, held under the patronage of His Majesty the King. Exhibition World Bahrain has been selected as one of the main venues for hosting the sporting competitions. More in this report.
Amid intense preparations, the Kingdom of Bahrain is exerting its final efforts to ensure the success of hosting the 3rd Asian Youth Games, with sports facilities, youth villages and training centres ensuring that each venue is ready for the start of competitions. Technical and logistical support teams are working to implement approved operational plans and review all field details to ensure that everything runs smoothly on opening day. The organising committees are closely monitoring all stages of implementation, from the preparation of stadiums and training venues to transportation and accommodation programmes to accreditation, media and international broadcasting systems. Work is being carried out in full coordination among various government agencies and supporting institutions, reflecting Bahrain's readiness to host the largest sporting event on the Asian continent. With the opening date approaching, the organisers confirmed that all fieldwork is proceeding according to schedule, with continuous monitoring to ensure the high standards of organisation and hospitality, cementing Bahrain's position as a sporting destination capable of delivering an exceptional Asian experience.
The third Asian Youth Games competitions include beach volleyball, handball, tech-ball and indoor volleyball. This continental sporting event is a testament to Bahrain's ability to organise major sporting events efficiently and effectively, embodying its commitment to promoting sports and cultural exchange among the peoples of the Asian continent in an atmosphere of sportsmanship and fair competition.